Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the Blood Ox. I was planning on live streaming a Final Fantasy session today, but unfortunately I'm still at that starting phase where they need 24 hours before they'll permit me to do so. So this is just going to be a clip that I record and post, and hopefully you folks will get some enjoyment out of it. It is Saturday. It is my not lazy day, but one of the few days that I can spend some time on things that I would like to do. The rest of the family is enjoying their hobbies. My little one is playing Minecraft behind me, so if you hear him talking to his little NPCs, uh, that is what is happening. I am not being invaded by a Mogwai. I am just enjoying the presence of my son. So I am at the tail end, I hope, of the initial quests or storyline for Final Fantasy. Not that I don't enjoy them, but I'm kind of anxious to get that Realm Reborn storyline wrapped up and move into some of the other content. I've really been enjoying the game. The story is wonderful. I like the way in which the class quests, particularly for Rogue, have been designed. It is not just you leveling and getting new abilities, it is your character growing um, in their class and in their knowledge of their class as you progress. And then the ability to pick up a job later, a specialization, such as ninja for the rogue, has been a lot of fun. I have tried this game with different classes. I never got as far as I have with this particular character and class. So a lot of the other classes are enjoyable if you like casting, if you like tanking, if you like ranged DPS, say an archer. There's a lot to enjoy in this game, and then the specializations that they offer later on are really incredible. It's a nice mix of different genres. If you like sci-fi, I'd almost say steampunk, but it's not quite true. Not because I don't see that element myself, but people who are more deeply into that area might feel that I'm overstating things. But I really like the mix of magic and tech and lore that this game offers. So if you're looking for a fun new sandbox to play in, this is a great MMO to play. The community is very helpful, very friendly. And one thing that I do like is the lack of trolling add-ons, and I'm going to explain what I mean. In some cases in WoW, not everybody, in some cases, people use things like recount to attack other party members in LFGs, whether it's dungeons or raids. And I'm not saying that DPS isn't important, the ability to down a boss isn't important. But when you use those things to attack someone else, and you do it publicly, and you do it to shame that person, it's not productive. It's not helpful. It doesn't build a good community. So I like that those things appear to be absent from Final Fantasy XIV. The groups that I have done, or the duties that I have done, rather, through Final Fantasy XIV have been really good. People have been very helpful and very welcoming and kind. And those are wonderful things to experience as a new player. So I'm going to dive in and do some playing. I will try and cut out some of the nonsense stuff later. But welcome to those who are checking out the clip, and I appreciate you checking out the channel. Thank you. Um, Someone who is familiar with fantasy fiction might ask if I have some kind of deranged Game of Thrones fandom for Joffrey. That is not the case. My character's name is based on a poem that a poet dedicated to his cat, and the opening lines are something along the lines of "I sing of my cat Joffrey, for he is the great servant of God." And it goes on from there, and it just kind of extols the virtues of his pet cat, which I really liked. And this character, I mispronounced the race name, is a mycote, I believe, which is a feline species in game. And this particular one is a sun worshipper, as opposed to the variant that is more affiliated with the moon. And the reason I did that is that when I was much younger and trapped on a flight to India, which is a long flight to visit family, um, I read a novel by a British writer, Robert Westall, and it was called The Cats of the Sarastro. And if you ever get a chance, nice medieval fantasy, um, definitely more of an adult theme, so I wouldn't necessarily give it to a young child to read, but it made an impression, and it was kind of incorporated Egyptian mythology with this world of this race of cats called the Mew. I kid you not. And it sounds like it should be atrocious, but it was actually a very enjoyable read. I don't know if it's in print anymore, but if you're ever able to find a copy of it, you should check it out. I love the graphics in this game. I benefited from needing to pick up a laptop recently and was able to find a very nice buy at Costco with a more up-to-date graphics card and nice SD and RAM setup. So if you're ever looking for new tech, not that I am, as a liberal arts major, overly qualified to give advice, it is nice to pick something up from them just because they will extend the manufacturer's warranty by a year, which is kind of a great thing. So I'm not paid to say that. I just enjoyed the benefit of getting this laptop, and I'm appreciative of that fact. So if any of you are inclined to look for new gear of some kind, that is a crazy mount that I just passed, it is worth your while to check that out. I do realize I should probably be playing more efficiently. I need to set up macros and things like that. I'm doing a little too much mouse clicking right now in terms of power selection, but I just haven't had the time. So I'm just kind of enjoying being a mouth breathing mouse clicker. So feel free and post insults. That's fine. I'm not pretending to be a bleeding edge or an expert in this. Actually, please don't do that. But I know that I've got a ways to go to get some expertise in this. So